reserved for our walk in this world. Good morning. Yesterday, we played a what if game when I asked you, what if God gave you a message that someone you meet during the day was going to need a demonstration of God's love? There's been some interesting and fun feedback on that, because that kind of a direct question helps us to really focus in on, I think, really what we're supposed to be doing. So today we're going to play this same game in a slightly different direction. I'm going to ask you a slightly different question. But again, let's start out. What if God gave you a message? And in this case, what if God gave you a message that someone you meet today needs words of encouragement? It's amazing how powerful our words can be. One thoughtless comment can ruin somebody else's day. One critical word can throw someone off their game so that their life is much more difficult simply because of that. They may have 100 things go right, and your negative word to them may really hurt them in some critical way. One hateful phrase can turn someone's life upside down and can in fact not just ruin their day, but it can hurt them for weeks, even months, even years. On the other hand, though, one word of encouragement can be the highlight of someone else's day. One small compliment can give someone else a new purpose, a renewed vigor in their life, because they have been noticed by someone else that there is something good in them. One positive statement can steer someone else's life. Many of us have had the occasion where someone said something to us at some point, and it had an effect on us all through our lives. I remember an 8th grade teacher who said something to me one day in class, one sentence, and it actually changed the course of my thinking about myself for the rest of my life. It's an amazing thing how powerful our words can be. So, understand that our powerful words, our words of encouragement, are not just a nice thing to do. They may be absolutely necessary. Occasionally, we may hear a story about a man or a woman who was on the very brink of suicide because they'd given up on life, and yet they were brought back from that brink because someone gave them an encouraging word at just the right time. And many times, the person who spoke that word never even knew it. But because they were thoughtful and caring and kind, they said something to that person that gave them a renewed hope. You don't know, but today you may be doing that for someone else. Sometimes our encouragement comes in the form of carefully thought out words, but more often it comes simply by a casual recognition of something good in someone else's life and a sincere comment lifting that person up with encouragement in that way. Sometimes our encouragement to others doesn't even come with words. It comes with simply the willingness to listen to someone else for a little while. Sometimes, well, this is a twist. Sometimes encouragement to others comes in the form of a smile. But that's a whole lot more difficult right now because we're all wearing masks and we don't know what's going on underneath that mask. So it's a little more difficult. So we're going to have to be a little more original in the way that we approach encouraging other people. And let me point this out too. Giving encouragement is actually fun. Find something positive you can say about someone and then simply say it. Do they have a nice speaking voice? Do you see them being nice to someone else? Do you appreciate the work that they do? Oh, please compliment workers on the work that they do and on the way that they do it, because so few people are receiving any kind of encouragement concerning their work, and thus their work turns into a drudgery. But one word of encouragement can lift someone's day, can actually change the course of their occupation, because they feel better about themselves and the way that they do their work. Do you like the way that they've handled a particular situation? Point that out. The list is endless. We can go on, just pointing out positive things in the lives of other people. And when we are looking for positive things in the lives of others, it actually makes us better people too. We aren't looking for the negative. We want to lift up other people. We want our lives to be a positive influence on them, and so we become better by being encouragers. I know of a high school girl who was determined one day to find something positive in every person that she met. And she had one classmate that was particularly difficult. She ended up telling him how much she liked his shoelaces. Well, that was a stretch, but she was determined to find something positive. And the truth is, we can always find something positive. In the New Testament, there was a man named Barnabas. If we read about Barnabas in various places, we are greatly lifted up. He is known as Barnabas, son of encouragement, because everywhere he went, he gave encouragement to Christians. His very nature was to encourage. And when we see him doing that, we see the powerful effect he had on the early church. So we have the heroes, we have the examples. So let me say this. Today, God has given you that directive because someone out there needs your encouragement. As a matter of fact, I don't know of a single person who doesn't need encouragement of some kind. Make this your purpose today. Find that person, lift them up. You and they will both be better for it. Have a great day. Bye. They resound with God's own heart. Oh, let the ancient words impart. Words of life, words of hope.